my name's Danielle. I'm the president of Underdog Park. And so we have with me Jennifer and Mike. We do have a fourth partner, couldn't make it today. But we're kind of just to start here. This is, I'm going to just show you the video, which is for our crowdfunding, which hasn't launched yet. But this is what we're going to have up when we do get that launched. So I came up with the idea for an indoor dog park was the original concept, and I came up with it actually when I was at a focus group for pet owners. One of the things everyone kept discussing was how it was so difficult in the winter because there's nowhere to bring their dog. You can't really go to the outdoor dog parks in the winter. So the concept just kind of came to me like, wow, why isn't there an indoor place to bring your dog? So it just kind of dawned on me.
So, we have all these markets that are getting so more dog-friendly, whether it's dog-friendly brew patios or daycares that are space needed for dogs, especially in Minnesota in the winter. And, you kind of just are thinking of all these things, and what a great idea to have it all in one spot.
We've definitely done a lot of research for the demographics. Basically, millennials are spending tons of money on their dogs now. It's increased in the past 10 years, I think, we're at like 64 billion now is what's being spent on dogs. Our target market, which is basically going to be millennials, they're not having children anymore and they just want to focus on their dogs.
The Underdog Park has some really great amenities that dogs are just going to love, and their owners. You come in, we've got a huge 20,000 square foot plus area for them to run around and play in. We've got a daycare facility for dogs that the owners can't be around. We're going to have a brew pub, so you can, when you're done playing with your dog, go sit down on the patio, have a beer, maybe a bite to eat. It's everything that really caters to what your dogs need all in one place.
We're at the point though where the next stage is we really need the help from the community to get this up and running.
There's a ton of you out there. I just need you to go on and we need everybody to get together on this as a team so we can get this built and get our dogs in a fun place for us to go play and hang out together and make it all work as a community.
It's going to bring people together. I know just so many people that would love to take their dog out with them everywhere.
What I need everyone to do is just, after you're done watching this video, go click donate. We can get everybody in here to help out. We can make this concept come to life and make it work. And your dogs are going to love when they come in here and play. When they see this, your dogs are going to be happy pets.
Okay, so how many people in here have dogs? I guess I should ask. Oh, good, a lot of you. So maybe a lot of you can relate to some of the problems, especially living in Minnesota, that you face having places to bring your dog always to run, get some exercise where it's not deep in snow or mud. So to kind of start though, just a little bit of a background on us, who we are. So I went to school at Minnesota State University, got a degree in international relations, kind of did the 9-to-5 office work up at the Capitol, but kind of, wasn't my passion. So I've really always loved animals, and when this idea kind of came to me, it just was very exciting to me, just because I've always wanted to work with dogs, cats, whatever, and this is like a great way to get into that.
So I'm Danielle's sister, and I just have always had a passion for running my own business. When I think it was like around 10 or 11, me and my sister first started our first business, which was like a hot dog stand. And I knew I always wanted to start something, and I went to school for business management. And I've had a lot of years of experience in the restaurant industry, managing that. So that's my focus on this whole dog park aspect, is the business and the restaurant.
Jared's kind of the muscle guy, I guess, that we have, kind of finishing up our project, the construction guy. He's the lead presenter, pretty much.
Yeah, so it's hard
He's
for
not here,
struggle.
so, yeah. I'm Michael Hager. I'm kind of the retail guy, bar guy, distribution guy, kind of wherever she says I'll do. I'm her husband, so it's kind of what I bring to the table. So that's kind of the four legs of our table.
So yeah, kind of what we are. Well, as we pitched in the video, we're bringing an indoor dog park. So actually, our area right now is up in the cities. So we're kind of focused on areas where we know there's a high demographic of younger people with dogs. That's kind of what we found. Everybody's kind of looking for something like this. So we're focused on areas where we know those people already exist.
We do plan to expand though, like hopefully our next spot would be here in Mankato.
This is kind of like a thing that has increased quite a bit over the last few years. I'm sure everybody here with a dog probably is very familiar with doggie daycare and the concept of that. It's like dropping off your child, drop off your dog for the day, they get the socialization, the playtime. So that's just something also that we wanted to incorporate into the dog park.
Brewery, at this point, we're going to do a brew pub because it's just easier to do with less competition up in the cities. And we're viable to have breweries make specific brews for us that, we can sponsor brews. It's just less competition to do a brewery right now.
But, our whole thing was that so many people like to enjoy to go out to happy hour and stuff like that and want to have their pet with. So that's where our idea came with having the bar incorporated into the dog park.
And then outdoor space is just another big thing we wanted to incorporate in so that even in the summertime, you can bring your dog, you can be indoor, but we also wanted a really nice area outdoor for them to play as well.
Because we do know in the weather of Minnesota does change.
Yes.
Where obviously the Twin Cities, a highly populated urban area, demographics towards the U of M, airport, Mall of America.
So the goal is to be open and everything running. I mean, this has been a long process for us. Just even finding space and stuff that works for what our concept is has been a little more difficult. But so the goal is for everything to be up and running by next winter. But we're working in stages too. So we're hoping we'll have the dog park up and running first, and then eventually the brew pub will come along. And we do have the other things I'll kind of talk about here too that we're incorporating into it. So this is kind of, we are currently looking at a specific space. We don't have a lease signed with them yet, but we're really excited. We did work with an architect on the space that we're looking at, and this is what we're kind of incorporating in. So this kind of, like I said, and this can work, if this space were not to work out, this can work in several different types of warehouse spaces.
We could take this to a blank canvas.
Right. So how this one currently is, this is basically the office area here where we're going to have the retail, and then we are going to have a grooming facility over here with self-wash stations. So the people basically come through the retail stations, they can pass all this, see all, what's going on through here, and then brings them to the brew pub area. And then the idea for the brew pub is this indoor area would be no dogs allowed. But then we have this outdoor patio, which would be tented. There's actually another similar concept as far as, it's just a bar, but they have a...
I think that's what you were talking about,
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, it's called like Unleashed. Yeah.
Well, Unleashed, and then there's another one that's been there for quite a while. It's called Stanley's. And they have a tented outdoor area that they heat in the winter. So the dogs can be out there on the patio, and it's heated. You can have food and beverage out there. So that's that idea. Then this whole area here would be the dog park, so quite a huge area that we kind of want to do, the idea would be kind of like an outdoor feel inside. So a lot of, what we
Water
see-
features.
High ceilings.
Mhm. And then as well as, like I said, the daycare would also be incorporated in there. And eventually boarding, which would take a separate license, but that would be another thing we'd like to add into there. So then what we kind of got going, we would have the possibility for future expansion as well into these other areas, depending, on how much space we figure out we're going to need. Yeah,
So that's kind of where we're at right now.
yep.